Hey, what's up, guys? We got Tuned In Sports here. My name is Bryson.
I'm Bennett.
And I'm Don from Dent Sports. Thanks for the invite, guys.
Yeah, of course. Make sure you guys check out their channel. They got good things coming. And speaking of good things, we're going to talk some basketball today. Obviously, Clippers fan here. I got the Thunder, and we got the...
Yeah, you can see I'm definitely a Nuggets fan because I don't have any merchandise.
Exactly. And, I got my Westbrook jersey up there.
I got my Kawhi, baby.
Yeah, now, with me...
I got the Denver defense from 2006 to present. Unaccounted for.
Exactly. Now, one thing I wanted to point out is, especially on this side of the table, the common thread is we're both sitting at home. So, we're getting to watch his team play.
Which is rare.
Yeah. Usually, for the Clippers, they're usually watching the whole playoffs at home.
Or just making it to the first round and then choking,
What is it? We're going on, 50 years?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like when they were in the Midwest, now to San Diego, and then now to LA.
Yep.
But hey,
still no championships. Yeah.
Nice new stadium, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it will be.
It's gonna look great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the Thunder are in the same
Hey, it helps
boat.
to have a billionaire
Yeah, that's true.
owning your team.
Tell me about it.
The Thunder are in the same boat. Fortunately, we've been a team for a little bit shorter time period, and we've actually been to a final. So I guess we kind of got that one.
Hey,
It's a nice feeling.
Hey, wait, you were the Sonics, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we beat you as the number 8 seed. Woo!
But that was before I was born, so I didn't have to root for that yet. Dikembe Mutombo. I guess to start, let's go ahead and talk about the Clippers. They weren't able to come out victorious. Lots of conflicting reports about what went wrong. I think it was a combination of different things. I think the COVID situation with all the new players they had coming in definitely didn't help matters. They didn't have as much time to gel as a team. And I just think that they also came in a little overconfident, thinking that they were just going to take care of business because the media and everybody just assumed from the beginning that it was, hey, Clippers, Lakers, that's what everyone was waiting for. And I think they kind of bought into the hype a little bit and thought, oh, we'll come back.
I mean, to be honest with you, we could have lost the Mavericks series really easily.
Yeah.
I mean, Porzingis going out.
Yeah, he's missing like my merchandise.
I'm just saying though, like if he didn't go out, who knows? We might have lost that series.
Yeah. Yep. Well, dude, totally expected to be LA because I would think that would be the ultimate thing for the NBA.
Yeah.
With it, so that was to the conclusion.
Yeah.
And again, like you guys said before, I wouldn't expect the Nuggets to be in the position that they were because again went down 3-1 in Utah.
Yeah.
And then came back and won that. And then, let's up the ante and go 3-1 against the Clippers. Yeah, let's do this. And then, we're able to miraculously pull it out.
Then we proceed to blow 3 straight double-digit leads.
Yeah, exactly. And then hit inside the backboards. And the floor. I was sitting there, I was watching it, and I'm like, this can't be happening, but
Paul and Kawhi,
Yep.
combined for 24 points, and that's less than Jamal Murray in Game 7.
It's less than a few people.
I was thinking Lou Williams had an appointment to do, at the joint. He needed to get some chicken wings, I think, right after. I think is what he was
he was too busy worried about going to the strip.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He was like, nah, I've had enough of this. I'm going to go eat him some wings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall,
joke about it, but man, it is upsetting. I'm still mad about it.
Yeah, definitely a surprise. I fully expected the Clippers to just take care of business. Like he said, down 3-1 to a team with that much talent, you're just thinking, well, I was kind of thinking the Nuggets would put up a better fight, but I wasn't surprised to see them down, and I was like, well, rebuild for next year, I guess. But lo and behold, they pulled the magic off again and made it happen. And again, I think that also plays into what I was talking about before, where I just think the Clippers kind of had it in their minds that it was them and the Lakers, and all the other teams weren't really in the picture at all. And I think they got overconfident, and Especially when you got that many alphas on the team, so to speak, people coming over that were main players on their previous team and are now just role players. I think that's a difficult thing to adjust to.
Another thing I would like to bring up with that subject is you talk about all the star talent they had, and there's not enough balls to go around. People need shots, and a lot of people had their roles diminished because, especially Lou Williams. I mean, he was a huge contributor last year, and
Well, and I just look at Reggie Jackson in Game 7. He had 4 minutes. Last year, he averaged over 20 a game. He had 4 minutes in Game 7. Yeah. You mean to tell me that guy, couldn't offer something to the team?
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is you just think about it. How, I mean, again, with that talent being up 3-1, you figure somebody's going to step up and just put the hammer down and say, okay, this series is over. You guys are done.
Yeah.
And especially with all those leads.
Yeah.
It was like every game.
Every
game.
Like,
hey, we're double digits up. We're double digits up.
Yep.
And it just couldn't seal the deal with it. So again, I don't know. What type of curse of Bill Walton, maybe? I don't know. What you got? Throw down, big man. I don't know what it is.
Rango.
But yeah, so I don't know what's the issue with it. But again, you have the ownership, and I think they're going to make the adjustments. And they'll probably be better. But again, the only problem is now you have probably the Warriors are going to reload back up.
Oh yeah.
Right up. With the number 2 draft pick.
Yeah.
And
whoever they bring in,
Thompson and
Giannis. Maybe,
we're already saying Giannis is kind of would be like the perfect fit. And then they're back up to full strength, and that's going to be tough.
Yeah, KD who?
Yeah, again, just like me, Nuggets, I'm going to enjoy it now because then after that happens, we'll be back in the rears fighting for the 8th seed again.
Yep. I will say with the Nuggets though, they've had a string of good years. I mean, I think they were 2 or 3 seeds last year, right? 2.
No, they went. They were playing well, and then they lose to Portland in 7. Getting in, and something weird would happen as usual is that.
Yep.
The way Denver teams usually mostly work is like, hey, you guys are doing great, and they're reading all the headlines, and they're like, hey, yeah, we're doing great. We don't need to do anything now. We'll just get in. We're set. And it's like, guys, you guys need to finish this out. Next thing you know, they're down in the standings they go.
Yep,
with it. So again, that was the thing I was thinking this year. Is like, oh, maybe they're fighting for the 1, 2, 3 seed. They were doing really, really good, and then long story short, they ended up as the 3 seed, and then COVID and. Yeah. All this thing happened, and then I was laughing. I was like, "Hey, they came in more injured into the bubble than they were healthy in the regular season." You know what I mean?
And here
they came in more wounded.
Yeah.
With it, and they were still able to pull this off. So again, I think tonight they lost to the Lakers in Game 1, but hey, lost. I'm not going to worry till Game 3 anyway. Until they get 3-1. Hopefully there's a 1. I don't know if there will be a 1, but
at least it didn't follow the trend of the previous Lakers opponents where they win Game 1 and then lose the rest.
That's a sign.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a sign.
Exactly. They needed to lose so that they can win.
Sign. Keep dreaming.
Yeah. Hey, it's hell getting to heaven.
Yeah.
That's what they say. So who knows? I mean, I think if the Nuggets play like they have been playing, I mean, heck, they definitely could play with anybody. Yeah. Jokic, that dude is a serious player. He's averaging a triple-double. Or something like that. I mean, that's just crazy.
No, he's ridiculous. He had a triple-double in the third quarter, I think, in that Game 7.
And the big thing is, too, is it wasn't just like, oh, yeah, Game 1, he showed up. No, Game 7, when you need him the most, this is what we're paying you for. Yeah. He showed up with the biggest game of the playoffs.
And Jamal Murray, he had 40 points.
Murray's been unbelievable. Yeah. Especially with the Donovan Mitchell series with Utah, that was just ridiculous.
Yeah, he had 3 50-point games or something.
Yeah.
Just,
as a Thunder fan, I kind of like the Nuggets mostly because he likes the Nuggets. So I want his team to do well. But that aside, I didn't really care who won, but just as a basketball fan, it's just great to watch. I mean, that series against Utah doesn't get much better.
Yeah,
you got Murray and whatever his name is, 45. Mitchell just going boom, 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 boom. That was just amazing to watch.
Yeah, 2 players.
Donovan Mitchell's quite the player.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. And Game 7, it came right down to the final minutes, and just great stuff. Great stuff to watch.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, moving forward, what do you think about with the you know, because again, you have Westbrook up there, and he's gone out of OKC. You know, he was with Houston, and whoever where he's going to go next. I know it's very similar to like, you know, kind of a Denver franchise too. That, you know, there's pieces there. Yeah. You know, what do you think that they might be able to do, or is there anything that's going to happen moving in the future that could maybe put them over that next step?
So I've been kind of bouncing back and forth with this because on one hand, we've accumulated so many draft picks from getting rid of Paul George and Westbrook to the Clippers and stuff. We've got all these draft picks. And I'm thinking to myself, boy, we can package some of this stuff and get some good players. Mm-hmm. But then I'm also thinking to myself, okay, who have we gotten in the draft? Harden, Durant, Westbrook, that one guy that's on the
Lucas Dort.
Well, yeah, Dort played huge in the playoffs. Offensively,
Grant too, probably Grant.
Jeremy Grant was ours, and also that guy for the Pacers that was injured.
Oh, the Depot?
No.
Oh,
no,
wait.
He was on the Thunder. He didn't.
Oh yeah, you guys.
He didn't play like the Pacers Oladipo when he was on the Thunder.
But he was just
every time.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know where he was, but I thought I was super excited when he got there. I was like, oh man, that's what we needed. Mm-hmm. A guy that can consistently make it. Well, he turned out to be, Deion Waiters,
basically
something out there. So, but with that being said, there's a guy on the Pacers. I just can't think of his name right now. That is playing huge, and we drafted him as well. Sabonis. That's
him.
He's been a huge player for the Pacers. So the track record is good with our drafting. So I think that in some respects, we're more likely to get a star just keeping our draft picks than try to trade for some guy and hope he fits with the team.
Yeah, exactly.
Mold him in.
Yeah, and the nice thing, though, it's not a Jacksonville situation where they're just getting draft choices and they're not doing it. Even though they did beat the Colts in week 1, but I'm just going to say that, Jacksonville was not... Because, I mean, the Broncos got a guy from Jacksonville. I think Minnesota got 2. It was just like a free-for-all. Yeah. It was like a yard sale. It was like, hey,
we're not trying
We're moving to London.
We're not trying to give them no chance, but all I'm going to say is Jacksonville fans enjoy that win.
Oh, yeah.
Might be one of the few ones you have this season.
Thanks, Philip Rivers.
Yeah, exactly. So, with that being said, I definitely think our future is bright. And I think in some respects, like I said, it wouldn't be bad to get rid of some of the picks, maybe try to get a good player. But on the same token, I think we're fine if we just keep them. I know there's been trade rumors going on with Chris Paul. Not really sure how I feel about that. I think he's definitely a valuable asset, but I don't think he's irreplaceable, and I wouldn't be surprised if, they move him. And if we could trade Chris Paul, I know there's been talks about the Bucks being interested potentially. If we could trade Chris Paul and get some solid role players like, Connaughton or something like that, I don't know what the talks are. Bledsoe, maybe? Another guy that would be maybe not the greatest, but just a solid player. And then we got a good nucleus with some of the guys we have. I think the future is bright.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you got a couple of former Clippers on there already.
Yep. And at the beginning of the season, they ESPN gave us like a 0.9, 2% chance to make the playoffs or something. And we went to the final bell, Game 7. Yep. How can you ask for anything more as a fan? It was supposed to be a rebuilding year, and we did better than last year, which is like that's a head scratcher.
Yeah,
we got rid of everybody, and we played better. So I don't know.
Hopefully they can keep the momentum going.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of trade rumors, I'm already reading stuff about Paul George possibly being on the trade block.
Wow.
I mean, it's just...
Well,
that's tough. I mean, like you said, I know that, he came out at the, start of this whole bubble thing, and, he was in a weird state.
Funk.
And I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But, hey, maybe it is something to it, but, I wouldn't mind throwing a risk at it if it was something,
if
for
you
cheaper
were able
value.
to get enough, you were able to get a lot for him.
Hey, you're gonna you guys want a second rounder? Oh, okay.
Like for instance, if you're able to get what we got for him with 4 first-round picks or whatever the heck that was, I mean, look how it worked out for us.
Might not be bad.
And I love Paul George, but hey, I do miss him because I'm a fan of his, but apart from that,
he played lights out in Indiana, and then he continued at OKC.
Yeah, and he played great. And people are talking about, he doesn't show up in the playoffs. Well, years from the Thunder aside, because he played great for us. But
so if he goes, what do you think going to replace, or what do you think might happen?
I really don't know, because like Harrell's a free agent. Some of these other guys that were big contributors, like, last year and especially this year, might be gone. So, maybe trade them for some role players. I don't know.
Well, it sounds like already, everybody's talking about cleaning house and Doc Rivers, so it's going to be an interesting, I think, offseason.
Definitely. I think, like we talked about before, depending on what you can get for him, I can understand why they might move him. Something that I've heard some people mention is, somebody's got to take the axe for what happened, because expectations were so high, and they just... So somebody's got to take the axe for it, and unfortunately, he's probably...
Sorry, Tyrone Lue, it's you.
Yeah.
Well, he's already planning on leaving anyways. But,
well, yeah, exactly. So, well, I don't know. It's just, it's a tough situation, because in some respects, I think it's a bit of an overreaction to just say, this isn't working, fire everybody. Yeah. But at the same time, again, when you have expectations of, hey, anything less than a finals appearance is a disappointment, well, and you don't even make it to the conference finals, something's wrong.
And you got to figure, Kawhi's going to be a free agent next year. And if they can't get anything going here next year, he might just leave.
Yeah, he might say going over to greener pastures with Anthony Davis
or whatever,
across the bay or whatever.
Yeah. Part of me believes he'll be staying, but at the same time, you just never know.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing with that, he is from that Southern California area, San Diego.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other thing too is that if I'm the Clippers, obviously you can do some trading, but what you trade getting Paul George for had better be a lot, because with how much that they gave up, they basically gave up their future for the right now.
Yeah.
And the right now didn't pan out. Yeah. So you can't just...
But you had to, though.
You had... Exactly. Nobody can argue that, hey, if you're trying to win right now, they did it. You're
trying to do that, trying to sell tickets to the new stadium.
Exactly.
You're trying to get a brand.
Exactly. So I'm in full agreement that it was the right move. Unfortunately, it didn't pan out for them. But with that being said, with how much that they had to give up and stuff to make that happen, it's almost like you kind of made your bed. And unless you're getting the boat for it, which I don't know how much people are going to be willing to give because of how he performed. I don't think he played horrible all the time, but people are going to stick with the bad more than remember the couple of games that he actually played well. Yeah. They're going to be like, you played good then, but remember when you had 9 points?
Your last game.
If you ask me, he didn't play that great throughout most of the playoffs, at least.
One thing's for sure, throughout the playoffs, he didn't earn his paycheck.
Yeah,
For how much he was getting paid, he might as well have been somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
So I understand that you gotta have something happen with that, but all I'm saying is, with how much you gave up for him, I think you gotta maybe wait it out, unless it just, unless you get some crazy offer. Which I don't know how many of those are going to be coming, because he, didn't really play what we're used to seeing and expecting from him in the playoffs. So
exactly.
I think you kind of made your bed, and I also don't believe that this short little thing means that it didn't work. I think, again, with the coronavirus, the shortened season, even when the season was going on, you had people like Kawhi Leonard sitting out and resting.
I would say load management.
Load management and stuff. When you're the head honcho of the team, Kawhi Leonard, and you're doing load management and stuff. Now, I don't know if that was on the coaching or he was making that decision. I heard that the coaches were deciding that he needed to do that, and he wanted to play. But whatever the case may be, when you got a shortened season and you're the main honcho coming over to a team that's already flowing and everybody has to adjust to you and you're sitting out every other game, what are you doing, man? You know what I mean? How are you expecting the team to gel together?
And it just makes you wonder. I mean, like, the load management seemed to be working just fine for the Raptors, and then he comes over to the Clippers, and then we can't seem to get anything going in the playoffs. So, makes you wonder if it's like a chemistry issue or what's going on.
Well, everybody on the team seemed to think that was it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I definitely think that played a part.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you got all these guys that are used to having huge roles that are now being asked to just basically, hey, shoot it when you're open, otherwise get it to this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And when that happens, again, I go back to Reggie Jackson, 4 minutes in Game 7, averaged 20 points last season, 4 minutes in Game 7. I mean, how are you going to, when you're asking somebody to do that, that's going to be hard for him to want to buy in and just mesh. I mean,
another player that struggled throughout the playoffs, Lou Williams. I mean, especially in Game 7, he missed like 3 or 4 layups. Yeah. I mean, so.
Chicken wings.
Well, when it rains, it pours, though, you know?
Yeah.
When some things start going wrong, it seems like everything starts to go wrong. You got people missing layups. Like he said earlier.
Starts getting in your head, right?
Yeah, like he said earlier, Paul George, wide open, throwing it off the
side of the backboard.
The side of the backboard, not even hitting the rim or coming close. I mean, it's just like, what? Craziness.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Yeah.
So, but I definitely think, it's exciting with the playoffs going on. I think moving forward, the Nuggets and Lakers will be an interesting series. I think that'll probably go 6 games. If just being objective, I think probably it'll be Lakers in 6. That would be my guess. But I think the Nuggets can definitely, have a chance. And if they play like they've been playing, heck, they could easily win.
I think, if you had to ask me, I'm around that same area. 6 games, Lakers.
Yep. And the other side of it, I think the Celtics and Heat, I really don't know who's going to win that, but I think it's going to go 7 games. And I think the Heat will probably win.
Yeah,
but
I think
that's going to go 7 games.
I think the Heat are legit, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, again, they're everything that you talked about, what the Clippers weren't. People know their roles. People know what they're doing.
Yep.
Exactly.
Bam coming up at the end of that game with that huge block, which is unbelievable.
That was insane. I saw that.
I mean, that was just like, okay, hey, you're not throwing this down tonight.
And on top of that, too, I mean, the thing about the Heat is you got guys on their rookie contracts still. Mm-hmm. Some of the big guys that are coming up huge, you got them on small contracts. So at least for the next couple of years, because I think Tyler Hero is a rookie, right?
Yeah.
So he's still got a few more years on the rookie contract. So you're not having to pay him yet. And Duncan Robinson, I doubt that they're paying him too much.
Yeah.
So you really got room not only to have the team you have now, but to add on if you want. Yeah. Because you got, 2 of your bigger players are not even getting paid.
I mean, they were even thought to be in the Giannis sweepstakes for this offseason.
Yeah, so. I heard some things about that as well.
Still can be for sure. You just never know. All I know is he's going to get a max contract, and it just depends on who's going to pay him.
You don't want to be a snake like KD though. Maybe.
Well, but like I said, KD's already got his stuff. What he wanted. I mean, he had the thing. I mean, with him and Harden and Westbrook at OKC, and they were just trying to get it to a championship there, and they were close. There, and then they got split up, and then he went over like, hey, I'm gonna go to Golden State.
I was gonna say
he got what he needed, and now he's done.
I was gonna say he can have as much scrutiny as he wants, but you got guys like Charles Barkley and stuff never won a chip.
Yep.
And maybe if they would have done something like that, maybe they would have.
Yeah. Woo! Guarantee! Woo!
Guarantee! Yeah, exactly. Oh man. So, guys, I think with that being said, any final thoughts about anything?
Like I said, go Nugs. Hopefully they'll be able to pull this out. I would expect if they do pull it out, it'd probably be Game 7. Truthfully on it, and then it'd be nice to actually finally get to a finals. For the franchise.
Amen.
That'd be great.
Never happened. We've always had the Lakers in our way.
Yep.
I think 3 out of the 4 times has been LA.
Yeah.
So again, it's just kind of, but again, same old song.
Yep.
I mean,
that could happen.
Yeah, all I really have to say is just wish the Nuggets luck. I mean, congrats on getting to the Western Conference Finals, and
wish it didn't come at your expense.
Yeah, I mean,
but
unfortunately, but I mean, we look forward to our off season and see what's going on there.
Yep. And from my perspective, like he said, best wishes to the Nuggets. I on top of hoping that the Nuggets win for his sake, I just think it's good to see teams that you don't see every year. The Lakers, it's like they got a storied history, and every single year, oh yeah, there's the Lakers, no surprise there. But the Nuggets, you don't usually see them in the mix. So
well, you can't tell because we switch our logos every 2 years. So you don't even know what is that team. I never saw that team.
Exactly. I mean,
what is that? Is that
exactly.
light blue or is that dark blue?
It's
is that
like,
rainbow color? What the heck's going on?
I was
here?
gonna say, the rainbow thing. It's like, whoa, where'd this come from?
Yeah.
Oh, it's some throwbacks.
It's old school. Yeah,
it's old school. But then it's like, oh well, the old school is now being used every single week.
Yeah, exactly.
Every game.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, what?
Craziness.
So,
exactly.
but yeah, it's just good to see some different teams involved. And for that reason, and even if it wasn't something where I had a rooting interest, I just think it would be cool to see the Nuggets win it. Whether they're going to is yet to be seen. They definitely got to pick it up from tonight's performance, but they're definitely capable of it. They've proven it twice now that they can. And just about every game they won against the Clippers, they've proven they can come back. So,
yeah, exactly.
I really hope that wish them well, and just overall, I just hope for good basketball. I don't want to see.
It's just nice to have it back in general with all the COVID and
everything
stuff
else
going on. I mean,
exactly. I mean,
great.
It goes without saying that at some points we weren't sure that we were going to have any sports. So
exactly.
It's just good to have basketball, football, all of it. Baseball, if they can ever, get their stuff figured out down there. So, So, all right, guys. Well, with that being said, this has been Tuned In Sports. We thank you guys for watching. Make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe, and check us out on Instagram at Tuned In Sports. And we're going to continue to bring out content for you guys. We're going to have a revolving door of different people on here. Sometimes we'll have me and my brother. Sometimes we'll have my dad on here. Don will be on here from time to time. And we just love sports, and we just want to keep talking about it, keep bringing content out to you guys. So we look forward to seeing where things go in the future.
Yep, amen to that.
And fly, Eagles, fly. I know that's a weird thing to say, but hey, it is what it is. Go Thunder, go Clippers, go Nuggets.
Yep.
And with that being said, guys, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Stay
Peace.
safe.